yourself on the floor. When the man with the power and the dollar says you ain't worth a cent, and your wings won't fly and your words won't flow. You can't force a smile and they won't leave you alone. I see the light in you, let it shine again. 'Cause you were born for the fire, raised by the storm, braver together, loud and fun. Heart full of country, soul full of grit. We don't run, we rise, and we don't quit. Oh, we don't run, we rise, and we don't quit. I know a woman with a lion's heart and a pretty blue dress with a shopping cart. Head full of dreams, gonna change the world. Got a body of work they say won't sell, and a way with words that she won't tell. I see the light in you, let it shine again. 'Cause you were born for the fire, raised by the storm, braver together, loud and fun. Heart full of country, soul full of grit. We don't run, we rise, and we don't quit. Oh, we don't run, we rise, and we don't quit. We don't.
Good morning, Patriot family. Thank you for joining Out of Pocket Live with Allie and Michelle.
I was like, pull the cord. Here we go.
Oh, and they're off. Yeah, it's great today. Thank you for Talk Red and all of our family there. We
Yes.
appreciate you so much.
Appreciate you. Ellie, I like your top.
Thank you.
It's
I
very
don't
cute.
wear it very often. I don't know
It's
why.
cute.
It
I'm gonna have
feels,
to get it. I'm gonna have to get in your closet.
it feels very nice, and I missed a button.
You don't mind, do you? I missed a few. No. Welcome to Out of Pocket with Allie and Michelle. We're so grateful that you guys joined us. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and keep following us, guys, for all the well, hopefully we give you a little bit of laughter throughout the day. Allie, today, God,
You might be laughing a little later, just saying. But at first, you're gonna cry and rub your forehead because, like, you're gonna go, "WTF is happening?"
we're gonna take
in
you
America.
full circle. Just like most women will. We'll take you on that emotional ride.
Mm-hmm. Be prepared.
You might want to buckle up. So we're going to expand a little bit more about talking about these people that are running for office. I can't believe they're getting elected, but this is what happens when you leave pockets of our nation and you just figure, oh, I don't like the policies here. I'm moving, and then it's just like Dearborn, Michigan. They move in and they take over these pockets. We have real socialist. Democrat, socialist, Marxists that are now elected. They're beating in their primaries. They're beating the like midline Democrats. They're beating them.
Which is wild. I don't like, where are all the Republicans that are supposed to be voting in the midterms?
Well, the Democrats. Are there no more Kennedy Democrats left?
No.
We should check Pulse because I don't know that they're not here
I
anymore.
was going to say something really, it's out of pocket. They've all been vaccinated and probably have died. Like,
Don't leave me hanging here.
I'm sorry.
It's the truth. Also, there's new polling out. We don't really always, listen to the polls, but this was kind of funny because CNN had to report it. There's new polling out on the Save America Act. Maybe it'll get Thune off of his best intentions. And also, guys, we're going to talk about a lot more.
I don't think Thune cares. I don't think anything is moving Thune, honestly, unless he is removed from office.
Unless
that is the only thing.
Unless they Mitch McConnell him, and you don't know where he ended up. He's just like clinging to life support. That is so sad. Allie, we've got a video towards the end that I want to forewarn you guys.
We'll give you a language
It's got
warning.
some language. There'll be a full-on warning label. But all right, we'll go ahead and get started.
Open that mic. Let's get out of pocket.
Two queens, no filter, say what they feel. Allie and Michelle keep it way too real. Politics, family, yeah, we go there. If it's out of line, we don't care. It's out of pocket. It's out of pocket.
I'm looking at that clip of Alex Stein from Student Action Stuff at a Turning Point. There was a clip that came across my feed the other day. I don't know how old it was, but he was testifying. Did he testify in front of Congress for something? And they asked him, and he said, well, the rumor has it I am the sexiest conservative, something. I was like, and he just kept, I was like, wow.
He was actually here in Tampa City Council and gave
Ooh.
some comments about the stadium. I think it was Rays Stadium. They're trying to get
Oh,
Rays,
yeah,
the Rays
yeah.
Stadium out of St. Pete and bring it to Tampa Bay because I mean we have baseball, we have
Right.
football, so why not like you know
Make
what I
it
mean?
one
Like
big
make
complex.
it. We have
Yeah.
hockey. I mean, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and you can't call it Tampa Bay Rays if it's in St. Pete. It's just like totally
Chicago Bears
right.
in
Like it's
Hammond,
just-
Indiana.
I don't know. There's a lot of controversy around that anyway. But he's saying that Mayor Jane Castor's like not a real lesbian because they know that that's all a phase. He was like, if two men kiss, that's gay, but if two women kiss, that's a Katy Perry song. Like Alex Stein. He was so funny, and I was so mad that I missed being in the room with that because like you're watching and you can see him, but you can also see like the audience. And like this one guy is next to him and he's like, but then his eyes are just like shocked.
I can't believe you just said that.
It was great watching everyone else react to what he was saying.
Oh my gosh.
It was really quite fun.
Allie, when we interviewed him that day, I can remember like having, it's like when you step into a classroom as a substitute teacher, like you've got a plan
For sure.
and you know, like we're going to do this and this and this. And
he's
then
got one student who like,
and I'm like, no, we're supposed to talk about this. But
you're like, all right, you come up and you teach the class, sir. I've lost.
I give up.
We're off the rails.
Yeah.
I don't.
There's no syllabus today.
I mean, he's great. I love him.
I
He's
love
so
him. We
funny.
love you,
He's
Alex.
so
We want
funny.
you up. We want you on the show again. Okay, so that's your only bit of laughter for like the next 20 minutes because this stuff's gonna piss you off. Literally, we've been saying, and a lot of people have been saying how Democrats are moving farther and farther left. Obviously, that's how they abandoned their base. That's how we got a Kennedy in the Trump administration. But this video went viral over the weekend. I roll clip.
I'm a socialist because I think we should fund public education, not bombs that kill innocent children.
I'm a socialist because I want to see my immigrant communities live with safety and dignity.
I'm a socialist because I know that the only way we all get free is if we put an end to the U.S. war machine.
I'm a socialist because no child should have to go to bed hungry or without a roof over their head.
I'm a socialist because I want a sustainable future for my kids.
I'm a socialist because art and culture should be a right for all, not a privilege for a few.
I'm a socialist because queer and trans people deserve to live a dignified life where our healthcare, housing, and jobs are guaranteed human rights.
I'm a socialist because under capitalism, our healthcare system does not treat people with dignity, but we have all the means necessary for people to get the care they deserve.
I'm a socialist because my students learn better when their families can afford housing, healthcare, and food.
I'm a socialist because I want my daughter to grow up in a world that treats working class people with dignity.
I'm a socialist because it's the only viable option for our people and our planet.
None of that
ever happened
under socialism.
Congratulations, you're in the right capitalist society because socialism is going to torch everything.
Okay, so I get where some of them are coming from. I understand. However, the answer to those problems is not mob rule. The answer to those problems is not government. The answer to those problems is deregulating government, cutting red tape, and getting actual people in office that will move the needle and do the things that are supposed to be done in their communities. However, it is also getting rid of all the fraud that encompasses some of these non-GOs, right? Non-governmental organizations that are supposed to help these communities. I had a girl come, she tried to come for me. She did.
Did you buy her a round trip ticket?
She tried to come for me. And because I was like, I'm at the America's Great State Fair, like state, whatever. And she was like, I'm like, I'm national director of civic engagement. Like, I've literally taught 36,000 moms, like more than like thousands of moms on like how to properly, you know what I mean? And she's like, well, she's like, I'm a COO of an organization. I was like, and she's like, I start with my community. Well, first of all, that's what you're supposed to do. Good. Congratulations. I'm glad that you do that. That's where I started. However, my community is not based on skin color.
Yeah.
My community is Americans, moms, and veterans. That's my community.
Amen.
So if we're not trying to better where we are in our own backyard first, without trying to figure out how the COO or the CEO or the president or the vice president or the secretary or the treasurer of our organization is trying to put money in their bank.
Yeah.
And you're actually trying to do the work, that's my community.
Amen.
So if we're not at the same time, then you'll get what socialist brings you.
And socialism never works and it's never sustainable because you always run out of other people's money. There takes a certain amount of wealth in order for socialism to work. In order for, not to work, in order for it to happen, you have to have no working middle class. You've got to have class wars. You've got the peons, and then you've got the wealthy who like power. And the problem with socialism is that you can never remove that greed of wanting power and money. And this is an interesting thing. With what these young people, and I'm going to say it, they're like college student, maybe a little older, with what they're saying, what I'm hearing is a frustration with our healthcare system.
Yep.
Guess what, sister? We believe the same thing. There's an issue with the affordability in this country.
Yes.
100%. Maybe we don't flood. Maybe we don't flood 20 million people into this country that don't belong here just to shoot the housing prices up and then give them all of our FEMA money, all of your tax dollars. That is socialism. That's why you're struggling. It's so ironic that we celebrated America 250 and the Declaration of Independence signing, and yet you want to forego your independence for a nanny state. I wish they could just I wish we could virtual reality them into some of these socialist places. Why do you think they come here? To escape? Why do you think Cubans flee on rafts the size of the Titanic door that Jack couldn't sustain life on? Remember, Rose wouldn't move over. Remember, why do you think they come here and risk life and limb? Because it doesn't freaking work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
God, it's like the King of England is still tracking us down on our land, only with this tune and promise of socialism. And when you take young people who don't know how to read, who don't have job training, who don't know what their gender is, and they just want to sit around and play video games, all day long, they look at it but my rent could be paid, and I could get rationing. Ask veterans how that works, how well we take care of them. Do you think
they don't?
Lord,
they don't. I mean, we're kind of getting there a little better, but still, and capitalism is why we have people that have brought themselves out of poverty. Yeah. Right? You can't do that in a socialist.
No, and you can't vote your way out of socialism. Your whole entire structure dies, including you. And this is the thing, Allie.
Frustrated girl.
My heart was I'm maybe calm down. But I guess what's so frustrating with this is that socialism, we're not even teaching this properly in our textbooks and in our schools. Florida's adopted a Florida edition of almost every textbook imaginable, and people are screaming and crying about it. But it was an attempt from our state legislature to protect the minds of our young people to literally learn history properly. If you're learning history properly, you would know that socialism, Marxism, communist always tanks, and it always ends with self-destruction. And I this is why I love what Charlie Kirk did with just having a conversation. I know we focused on him a little bit yesterday in our episode, but I want you guys to take a listen. This is how it's done. This is why we try to arm you with these facts and kind of prod you a little bit to get involved, because it's going to take you and I having these types of conversations to really embrace what you just heard in the last segment. So let's roll this clip.
Hello.
Nice to see you. What's your name?
I'm Davion. I frequent the table a lot.
Oh, cool. Good.
One of my big questions is, if someone who wasn't crazy, because we know Stalin was crazy, Lenin was crazy, everybody else is crazy, did socialism, would it still end up bad?
Yes. Every time it's been tried, it has failed. Socialism lends itself to people that want to assume power really quickly, right? Since government controls so much, all it takes is for one person to control the government, therefore one person controls everything. Here's the problem with socialism, is that the incentives of a socialist country is to take as much as you can from the people to try to provide services. Well, eventually wealth has to be created somewhere. Eventually you have to extract wealth or else it runs out. But it's a very thoughtful question.
To add on to that, another thing I learned in that class, directly after hearing that, normally right after socialism and communism comes fascism. Directly after.
Isn't that funny how that works, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. Thank you for the answer.
Thank you. Davion, right?
Yep.
Appreciate it.
And that's how it's done, right there on a college campus. He's talking about a class that he's taken that's probably costing him an arm and a leg to learn batshit crazy stuff. But he says, even he answers it in this class. We're learning that once you hit that slippery slope of socialism,
fascism is directly
related.
And that's tyranny. Really? No.
So
no fascism, right? Isn't that what everyone's protesting?
Antifa? Anti-fascist? Huh.
But how? We're not even in socialism right now.
No,
I mean,
but
we're
damn,
creeping
we're
up
flirting
on
with
it.
it. Like we've got her phone number or his phone number, and we're like texting.
No, at like 2 a.m. Nothing good comes out of those conversations.
Anyway,
they're a little too close on that dance floor. They're not dating, but they're all over each other.
Wow.
We're not dating.
Listen, the sister knows everything. And she answers the phone at 3 a.m. Thank God for Allie. Allie,
Don't call me.
I do.
Only reserved for
Allie.
a few people.
Allie. So Allie sends me this and had me rolling with laughter, and not me kind of like, oh, I like his style. So did you see the clip of Mandami giving us all a lecture on this country and how awful it is
while sitting at George Washington's desk? Yeah.
So this is Allie's like, this must have been George Washington's response.
This
rolling over in his and Washington seeing Mandami at the desk defining what an American is. He's out there for a cigarette break. That is not just a cigarette. There's probably something stronger.
He's like, where's my musket?
The amount of bravery from
what is that character off of Powerpuff Girls who's like, get off my property? What is his name?
I don't watch that. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. That's George Washington. Right there. He's like, get out my desk. Out from behind my desk. I can't.
I mean, it has
Elmer
to.
Fudd.
It's hunting season.
It's communist hunting season. I mean, not literally.
That's going to be clipped. But you know what? Clip it.
Not literally.
Clip it. But
if it comes down to it, I mean, sure. We've done it already with Britain in
so we have
1770s and again in 1812. So,
but Allie, it's a real issue because we are seeing it even in our local elections. You saw it with the primaries that took place in Denver and across the nation, even in New York, where these Mandami-backed Democrats in a primary unseated. So here's what we have. We're getting more polarized. I feel like as we get more America First, MAGA elected, hopefully in 2026, you're also getting now openly communist in the Democrat Party. I don't know where all y'all in the middle went. Are you all now independents? Are you like, what are you doing? Because get engaged in the battle here, because it's going to become so polarized. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Is this what they're looking for? I'm reading more and more about how part of the thought process is to, I don't think it's really going to go there, but to push us into kind of like that Civil War mentality.
Yeah, well, they've been trying for quite some time now.
Only one side of the aisle is really trained well.
Right.
Shoot.
Well, yeah, because everyone else is afraid of guns. What are y'all gonna fight with? Molotov cocktails? Because we won't light fireworks and be like
bubble guns.
Unicorn blasters.
I don't know.
And I'm pretty sure none of them have seen The Walking Dead. I think all of us have.
We know how to survive.
Oh, that part. I mean,
we've watched Sons of Anarchy. We've got the whole Yellowstone thing.
Such a good series.
Show, yes.
I mean, and now we're all watching the Dutton Ranch, and I'm like,
listen.
Yes,
rip. I consent. Yes, 100%. So can we edit that out after?
No,
you cannot. You're going to keep that. Well, while they're openly claiming that they are Democrat socialist, let's take a quick listen. I love this girl. See, now everybody's like a little influencer. She's going to be featuring a segment from Marco Rubio. Let's hear from somebody who might know a thing or two about escaping communist socialism. Take a listen.
What is democratic socialism? Eloquently explained by our excellent Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, whose family fled communist Cuba.
Democratic socialism sounds benign, but at the core of democratic socialism is Marxism. And at the core of Marxism is this fake offer that if you turn over more of your individual freedom, we're going to provide you security. We're going to provide you free healthcare. We're going to provide you free education. But the problem is that when they can't deliver on it, or when you're not happy with it, you don't get your freedoms back. And by freedoms, I don't just mean elections. I'm talking about the right to choose your own doctor, the right to make healthcare decisions for yourself, what your kids learn in school, what schools they go to. All that stuff you lose control over and you don't get it back just because the security they promised you didn't happen. So that's what we're on the verge of having to decide here in this country. It's a reason why people flee countries that have this stuff. It's a big deal for America, and I hope people start waking up to that reality.
He warned us of this in 2020, and here we are in 2026, and the Democrat Socialists of America, the DSA, are electing congressional and Senate candidates all across the country. There is a reason that people flee their communist countries for America's freedoms. So stop electing poison packaged in a free everything bottle. It does not work.
It doesn't. It doesn't
Yes,
work.
ma'am. She's very out of pocket. We love her. That's
It
awesome.
doesn't work. It doesn't work. Take it from Marco Rubio, who his family fled communism in Cuba.
Yes.
Just, I mean, go to like,
and now they call him like a Nazi. It's what?
I just can't. I can't. It's crazy. It's wild. It's
So, Allie, I think it was, I don't know if it, maybe you can correct me. I don't know if it was 2020 or 2016, but it was early on in the Trump era. Trump era. That Trump said something, he was speaking somewhere. I think it was at the it may have been Davos or one of those like World Economic Forum type stages. And he said, America will never become a socialist country. And I remember thinking at the time, I mean, we were going through COVID, we're going through other things. Socialism wasn't on the radar for me anyway. I mean, it's always kind of under the radar, but he obviously was seeing something in a globalist type of push. And people were really angry with him for that. Even there were even some like your Mitch McConnell that were kind of like, why is he taking it there? That's swinging low. Like what? But if you think about what's happened, what we're seeing permeate now and kind of rise to the surface, we are seeing this push. He said something very similar this past weekend at America 250. Take a listen to what our president said.
And after we vanquished fascism, Americans stood against the evil of communism in the Cold War. And as I said last night at the beautiful Mount Rushmore, what a beautiful place, where Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, and Theodore Roosevelt loomed over my shoulder as I spoke, America will never be a communist country. Won't happen. Communism is a loser, and it always will be. The communist system is the opposite of the American system, and the communist system has never worked. Our warriors did not fight communism on battlefields across the world, only to have that menace rear its ugly head right back here in America. We're not going to let it happen. We like to stop a threat like that immediately and before it begins. It's like a cancer. You got to cut it out. You got to cut it out fast.
He is a wartime president at this point, and I think we should keep him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get, and I don't care. I think we should keep him. I think we should keep him. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because people are not afraid of anybody else in that cabinet. I'm telling you right now.
I know
people around the world are not afraid of anybody else in that cabinet. They are waiting for him to get out of office before the full-fledged of the weight of communism comes this way. I'm telling you right now, they have already infiltrated some of our cities.
Yes.
They already have strongholds in our cities. We've been
city
infiltrated.
commissions, some of your school boards.
Right. We've already been infiltrated, and there's this non-GMO, non-government organization, NGO, called CARE that has been running rampant in our country, that has ties to radical Islam, that has ties to terrorism, that feeds and funds terrorism.
But they fund people's campaigns.
That part too. So that's part of the problem. And this is what I'm saying. When he is no longer in office, there could be a situation where that match is lit. And then what?
And what happens, you guys, if you don't have somebody who's so independently wealthy and doesn't care because he's at a certain time in his life that he can stand up against that? When you have foreign special interests like CARE, your biggest adversary, running fundraising in this country to get people elected to office, you're infiltrated from the inside. They're just using the tools that we're supposed to use to make sure our elections are free and fair, to make sure that we get the best representation elected. Everything 1776 is undone when you allow these people to come in here and use NGOs. Did you see? I didn't include it for today.
Huh? He should be vice president.
right? Like
Whoever is
like a
president.
strong understudy. Did you see where Solomon, I forget his name. I'm so sorry, sir. From Real America's Voice said they just
John?
caught John Solomon. They just
Yeah.
thank you, Justin. He came out the other day and said, listen, they've now discovered a paper trail, receipts to show that the money from USAID was being so all the money we were given to Ukraine, there are those now that are whistleblowers that are saying, yeah, that was circulating right back. They've got email chains too, circulating right back to USAID, and they were funding part of the Biden-Harris campaign. So now think about that.
wow.
Taxpayers, all of you Republicans out there, yeah, you just funded. I mean, how can you do that? How can you rape and pillage the American people like that? It's not it doesn't feel good.
That's what kings do.
I'm just saying. Anyway. Yeah. So anyway, communism is a loser and it will never be here in the United States of America. You heard it from the president himself. I'm agreeing with you. I think Trump 2028. Can he do that?
I don't know.
Is there a loophole?
I don't think so. I mean, if they find out that the 2020 election was rigged, I'm sure maybe that could be a possibility. I don't know.
And you bring up a good point because I've always felt like he's been an impartial papa. He's not with both Rubio and Vance. He's kind of given them both a little bit of international footing, lets them both kind of do their thing. I don't see him playing favorites with either one of them. I don't know what 2028 looks like, but I know if we don't like seriously put our foot on the gas pedal throughout 2026, we don't have to look to 2028 because it'll be like another impeachment and it'll be a whole lot of mess. Did we mention there's primaries around the corner? Some of you like Denver, you may have already had it. Get out and vote in your local primaries. Make sure you keep conservative strongholds and make sure you vote in the midterms. Okay, Ali, I think that's it for our first half of our segment. We are going to stay completely out of pocket as we talk about Save America Act, CNN. I almost said CNN had to eat some crow. It was fun. So we'll play that as well. More after this word from Liberty Cigars when we come back.
From the heart of Marietta, Georgia, comes a tribute to the spirit of liberty. Liberty Cigars, where history meets craftsmanship. Each cigar tells a story. The Founders Collection honors the visionaries who shaped a nation. The President's House Collection celebrates the leaders who steered it. And the Naval Series salutes the heroes who defended it. Handcrafted with precision, each blend mirrors the essence of its namesake. From the boldness of George Washington to the elegance of Thomas Jefferson. Indulge in a moment of reflection. Light a Liberty cigar and savor the legacy. Discover your story at libertycigars.com because every great nation deserves a great cigar. Liberty Cigars, smoke the history. And don't forget to use promo code OPENMIC for 10% off your order.
Well, Allie, he's not letting it go.
Who?
Trump.
No.
And the Save America Act.
And I wouldn't either. I mean, we would not be waiting. We would not have the issue of time implementation if they would have just passed it 3 years ago.
God blessed. And this is the problem. It's like to see them stalling at doing the will of the American people is like, oh, so you really don't have our interest. You're really not listening to us? Okay. Here's what Trump posted. Benny Johnson reposted. He said, there's nothing Americans can do except get voter ID and proof of citizenship and terminate the filibuster, which the Democrats will do. He's saying it here, guys. The Dems will do it.
They will.
Immediately upon gaining office. Get smart, Republicans. If you don't, you won't be in office for a long time, President Trump. He's going to be retired with Melania on a golf course or on an island somewhere.
No, he won't.
But after all of this, he will. The Save America Act's not going to affect President Trump once he's no longer president.
Yeah,
so for him to dig his heels in on this.
It will affect him because he's an American.
But I'm saying he's got the ability to sort of be above reproach with it.
Right.
The rest of us, you and I, we don't. All of that stuff runs downhill. So we'll be the ones that will be like shoveling it. But so for him to put time and effort into this, I don't know. We were just talking about the 2028 election. Who else do you see on the horizon that has the wherewithal and the conviction to really stick it to these people that aren't doing their job? I love that he doesn't let up.
There's got to be something in our tool belt that can get this done other than just ending a filibuster. I think I just, for the love of America. I don't understand. I mean, Mike Lee is trying really hard.
Yeah.
Senator Mike Lee is trying really hard.
Is proving great leadership.
Yeah. I think he should be the next Senate leader, to be honest. And that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to find a way. He knows that there's a way. It's possible. It's just getting the others to get on board, which why is the Senate a bottleneck? That is not your purpose, Senate of the United States Congress.
You know who's been impressing me lately, and I was not a fan early on, is Rick Scott. I mean, and this is proof that the pressure works, because if you're putting pressure on your senators, and then you've got President Trump putting pressure on the senators, and then you've got the House, which is like, we've done past this 3 times. Can you all get it together? Putting pressure on the senators. It's kind of what you need, but it shouldn't take this much.
It shouldn't.
To get it to move. Even CNN had to show the polling numbers. Roll clip.
Take a look here. Favorite photo ID to vote. 85% of white people favor it. 82% of Latino. 76% of Black Americans favor it. So the bottom line is this. Voter ID is not controversial in this country. A photo ID to vote is not controversial in this country. It is not controversial by party, and it is not controversial by race. The vast majority of Americans agree with Nicki Minaj that, in fact, you should have a photo ID to be able to vote.
So something of a
CNN just said it. You can't play the race card. You can't pay the class card. You can't pay the party card. It's all moot. What the heck's the problem?
How about we just add all of those up and divide it by 3 and come up with the sum and just say that Americans, this many amount of Americans want this.
But because they have said that this is the voter ID. Listen, all of you of certain ethnicity, listen to what your elected representative said. They said that if you're a female or if you're of color, like Hispanic and Black, that it's so hard for you to get an ID. How are you doing out there? You okay? Do you have a driver's license? Do you drive to work every day?
Do you
have a social security number where you're getting paid every day? Do you have a bank account which you had to prove ID to have? Do you travel internationally? Do you have a passport? What the hell do they think of you and I that we can't get documents?
You literally need an ID to do anything in this nation.
But they wanted you to have a vaccine passport because that's easily accessible.
They think you're idiots. Peasants so beneath me. How dare you want ID for voting?
How dare you want me to
Don't you know the people we've imported don't have any of that? They are voting base.
What did Schumer say? We're going to have to clear the rolls of some 20 million people.
Yeah, no.
How many? Is that the first time I heard a number? I was like, wow, he just said the part out loud. Which brings us to birthright citizenship or tourism, basically, because we're finding in so many different pockets across the nation, people are actually advertising. Companies, organizations are advertising in other countries to bring your expectant mothers to this country so they can give birth on our land and then be entitled to citizenship.
American hospitals are advocating for this.
I wonder how Obamacare plays into that. Because all roads lead back to Obamacare. That was a disaster. Still is. They screwed up everything and then introduced COVID. We're not going to go there. But so there is albeit it's a longer video. Okay. But there was a story that broke. I have not seen this anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to want to turn your TV set up. This is somebody, I think it's from the BBC. That's not like this is a really politically motivated.
Earpods,
whatever. Yeah. lay the kids down for a nap. Give them a binky. You got to listen to this. Okay. This is a birthright citizenship story. Again, not told through a political lens, but listen, take a look.
She's in an advanced stage of pregnancy. It's quite common for pregnant ladies to travel overseas so that they can have the baby in whichever country to automatically get that passport. What's your final destination today?
No, today. Today in London.
Okay.
So I'm going to the US tomorrow.
You're going to the US tomorrow, okay. When you went for your American visa, did you tell the visa officer that you were pregnant? You didn't? No. Okay. Is there any reason why you didn't tell the visa officer that you were pregnant? It didn't come up. Okay, what I'm going to do
The woman is only 7 weeks away from giving birth, yet has decided to visit her sister in America, claiming she will return 3 weeks before her due
It says
date.
that you're fit to travel. Babies born in the UK don't automatically qualify for a British passport, but babies born in the US do automatically qualify for an American passport. So it's quite common for pregnant ladies to travel overseas so that they can have the baby in whichever country to automatically get that passport.
Sarah is suspicious of the woman's motive for travelling to the US via the UK, but she could also be in breach of airline regulations for travelling whilst pregnant.
When is she due?
5th of June.
When is her return?
16th of May. So she's got 3 weeks between her return date and her due date, which makes her 37 weeks pregnant, which is over every airline's limit.
The woman is in breach of the airline's policy, but as she has a valid US visa, Sarah must now contact the US Embassy.
Hi, it's Sarah. I'm at the airport at the moment. I just wondered if you could give a call to the American Embassy so that they can check an American visa for me. She's at the airport today, and she's in an advanced state of pregnancy, so if you can just give them a call and find out if they're happy with that, and if so, then we can let her travel.
It's minutes before the flight leaves, but whether or not the pregnant woman will be on board is up to the US Embassy.
Right, okay, all right, I'll do that then. Okay, thanks very much. All right, thank you, bye-bye. Okay, that was the American Embassy, and they want to speak to her today.
The flight will be leaving without the pregnant woman. Now Sarah must tell her the news.
So what I've done is I've contacted the visa man and explained your situation. What he'd like to do is can you go back to the embassy here in Lagos, show him all this paperwork, and he'll want to speak to you. I'm sorry, I know it's frustrating, but if you can go back to him, because Madam,
I'm begging.
No, please don't beg me. Please don't beg me. No, Madam, please don't beg me.
The pregnant woman did not make it to the USA. When she failed to turn up at the American Embassy, her visa was cancelled.
Listen, the reason why they're crying and they're begging to come to America is because America is the only sovereign nation that won't kill their kid in the war-torn nation that they are from.
Yes.
Because they are under dictatorship. They are under socialism. They are under communism. They are under Islamic regime. That is why. So it doesn't work anywhere because people are literally having babies and traveling well beyond. I don't know if you've ever traveled while pregnant. It is the most
uncomfortable.
In any stage, maybe except the second trimester, because I think you're kind of like in your glow around your second trimester.
You're stopping to pee a lot. That's what I'm saying. Like the bladder.
You don't really have like the waddle and like sitting too long. Like it doesn't really hurt that much. And you're not nauseous like you are in the first trimester.
That's true.
Like,
That's true.
Like maybe your second trimester is okay to travel, but after that or before that, no, ma'am.
No,
it is extremely uncomfortable. 37 weeks pregnant.
She would have been well beyond what the airlines allow. And here's the thing, because I showed this to a few people and they're like, but she had a visa. I'm like, but when she was interviewed for her visa, she did not tell them that she was pregnant.
Right. Can we please stop doing this? Like we are literally the only country that does not have, that has birthright citizenship.
Yeah. You just saw in the UK, you can't go there and have a baby and just claim.
American citizens that are born in this country do not automatically get a passport.
Wow. Yeah.
You have to pay into that.
And you have to prove you have to prove a lot. You still have to prove your reason for traveling to other countries.
Veterans and their children, military and their children have to pay out of pocket for a dang passport. Like
and you just have to know, again, that woman, your heart may bleed for her, for why she may want to come to this country, but she didn't show up to the U.S. Embassy.
I'm good.
And thankfully, somebody followed through to cancel her visa. But under a different administration, Allie, under different leadership, that wouldn't have happened. That would not have happened. So I think you're going to obviously see a legislative attempt, maybe an amendment of some kind to the, I don't know, to fix the birthright tourism that we have in this country. I'm excited to see how that happens. We'll keep you posted as we hear more, but I just wanted you to see a firsthand account of what takes place. It is being abused, and it is being done on your backs, the American taxpayer. So, Allie, you brought this up, I think it was last week, and I was like, no, that can't be real. The guy that put tampons in the boys' bathrooms, that guy, Governor Walz, who was this close to being the vice president of the free world, he pardoned a child rapist. Let's take a listen to the story. Take a listen.
This one, it's period. It's not shocking. Isn't even a good enough word for it. Governor Walz, the governor of Minnesota, pardoned that man. He is convicted of sexual assault of a 10-year-old. And so what the governor did, because he's now been convicted of this, the federal government was going to remove him from our country, take a convicted child sex predator out of our country. What did Walz do? He pardoned him, which means that the federal government's authority to remove him from our country then is compromised because he's not convicted anymore.
This is such a problem here, obviously. I mean, DHS says this decision could now prevent his removal. Yeah. And the department writing on X, quote, Governor Walz's pardon shielded this child rapist from removal from our nation. This is the type of disgusting criminal sanctuary politicians are shamelessly protecting.
And that 10-year-old sex offender, or the sex offender who attacked this 10-year-old child is now back in Minnesota. He's
walking the streets.
He's pardoned. So if you're in Minneapolis, St. Paul, you're in St. Cloud, you're up in Duluth, you know, this guy could be out there with your kids, too.
Yeah, and what does this say? So, Tom, in terms of, we just saw Sheridan Gorman's mother on Capitol Hill. She obviously was incredibly brave. But what is...
I have a question. If he's pardoned, does that mean, and I don't know what the laws are like in different states, but does he not have to register as a sex offender?
No.
So he could be a school teacher next.
Yep.
Or a coach.
Nope. Kill all pedophiles. Flip it and
by firing squad.
I don't care.
By firing squad and give the weapons to their parents. Listen, parental rights.
No, because you know what? There's a crazy video out there where it's like, if you know your child was in harm's way, would you kill for your kid? And there's moms like, I don't know. Absolutely.
Yes.
10 toes down, 100 times over.
And then I'd reload and help Allie.
That part.
Not the kids. Not the kids.
Nothing infuriates me more. Nothing infuriates me more. Nothing infuriates me more.
You have a 10-year-old child that was, and this was multiple.
Governor Walz should be arrested.
For many things. Like him and the attorney general there. But because again, you can't have the type of fraud that took place in the Leering Center. You can't have that type of fraud without some kind of compliance from those that are elected to represent you.
Those of you that have not seen The Wire, I don't know where you can find The Wire, but go watch it. It's about Baltimore and politicians and chief of police like being involved in like drug trafficking and like gang activity, sanctioning it in the city of Baltimore. Yes. And The Wire was a great series. It was really good. But what is going on in Minnesota has put The Wire to shame.
Because that's what happens with corruption and fraud when you let it go. They think they get boldened.
It is disgusting. Like absolutely disgusting. I think the only other show that comes close to that is maybe Bosch. But that was kind of slow to start. And like it didn't really pick up all the time. HBO Max still. You can still find it on that. That's amazing.
That's amazing. HBO Max. Okay, well, HBO Max also has the John Adams series, and that's really great too. So there you go. And there's your assignment for the next week. But so thanks to Governor Walz, we now have a convicted pedophile who raped multiple times a 10-year-old. So yeah. Absolutely. That was just he would have been a heartbeat from the presidency if those disgusting Democrats would have had their way.
They would have pardoned. That's who all of their pardons would be.
Oh yeah, pedo land.
No. Anyone that is a protector of pedophiles also needs to catch a bullet.
Come to Florida. See how we deal with them. It ain't pretty. It actually is pretty. Guys, we have to give you a full-on warning label right now. This next video is AI.
My daddy catch a bullet. Sorry, it's Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker. Oh,
What is the name of that movie?
Hold on.
My daddy cut a bullet. I'm sorry.
I love working with my bestie. She calls me out and stuff, and she makes me laugh, and I love it. Here is an AI depiction of Mount Rushmore, and what those guys might be thinking.
Rush Hour.
If they Rush Hour. Now everybody's going to go watch Rush Hour.
Sorry.
You're welcome.
Do you understand the words that are coming out?
Off the rails, Zach. I'm so sorry. Okay, no,
That is such a good movie.
this is our relationship. I'm trying to get the wheel and get us back on track. She's just like, that's why we're live.
Such warning for this next video. I'm so sorry. All right, you guys, it's a language warning. Sorry we got a little off the rails, but listen, I tried to get my kids to watch Rush Hour, and then like at first they were a little scared because the little girl gets kidnapped, but like it is a hilarious movie. I love Chris Tucker. We need to bring
Chris
it back.
Tucker. Make Chris Tucker great again. Oh my God.
All right, so there's a language warning in this next video.
Yes, here we go. Mount Rushmore.
I crossed a frozen river in December for this bullshit. I charged San Juan Hill, and liberals need a safe space to process their emotions. They let men compete in women's sports. Dude, that is gay as fuck.
They say it's inclusive.
Inclusive of what? Seeing if your balls can fit in a bikini? They're also giving puberty blockers to children. Why? Because liberal parents indulge mental illness. I lost my life freeing black people. Kamala spent hers locking them up. Then they made her vice president because she's a diversity hire. What the hell is a diversity hire? They hire the worst person for the job because dumb people need representation too. Can you believe they elected a socialist mayor in New York? They elected someone who hates capitalism in the capital of capitalism. Brilliant. Maybe we should check on Canada. They might be less liberal than us now.
Nope, still gay.
What about this new guy, Trump? He fights back, he secured the border, and he doesn't apologize for America. Think there's room up here for him?
Absolutely. He's earned it.
How many of you guys, when you hear thunder, though, you think of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I don't. I'm sorry. Sorry.
What were you gonna say?
But he's handed out. There were cookies that were handed out at the Mount Rushmore America
Okay.
250 fireworks that
Yeah.
had President Trump on Mount Rushmore.
Oh my gosh.
I
were
do
they
hope
so
that
true?
does it. I don't know. I mean, obviously,
Oh
not
my
if they were
God.
there, because only real Americans celebrate the 4th of July. I really, I really think that should be a petition to get him on there. I hope they do.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing, guys.
I hope they do.
How we made it.
I don't either.
But I know I'm watching
Rush Hour
later. Just Google Rush Hour funny
Who are you?
clips.
I'm who? I'm you. Who? I know who I am. Who are you? I can't. Y'all gotta watch the show.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for joining us. If you can't laugh through some of the disaster known as the Senate, then what are you doing? I mean, that's how you're going to get through it, right? Is with a little bit of laughter with your
Stop
bestie.
electing communists.
Stop electing communists.
We love you, America. We'll see you guys next time.
That's right. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. Take care.
Out of pocket, y'all.
Two queens, no filter, say what they feel. Allie and Michelle keep it way too real.